I'm going to export this into Godot. I'm going to press F3, export GLTF. We're just going to use kind of the standard settings here. We'll do GLTF separate, include visible, and that should be good. Sometimes you want to maybe apply modifiers as well. So on my Godot project, I'll just set up a quick assets folder. This is how I do it. Feel free to copy me if you like this workflow. I like making assets red. We'll make, actually I'll do models, right? So we'll put models in here and we'll put a chest inside there. And what I want to do is I want to bring my GLTF file in here so we can come back to our exporter, copy that path, and then I'm just going to call this chest.gltf. Okay? I'll give you a couple more tips in this video as well so we can see the import comes in here. Of course, we just get there's just 3 image files because the GLTF spec is going to actually combine metal and roughness. We can double click and we can make sure everything looks pretty good. Once again, you're going to zoom in and you're going to see artifacts because the UV unwrapping was done very quickly. And you could be better about this. Maybe I extruded some of these faces after UV unwrapping. I think that's where some of those artifacts come in from, but you could certainly fix that and do better. We can make a new 3D scene and just drag it in, and then you get your chest. One workflow that a lot of Godot devs are finding much better than doing this, I'll show you what it is quickly. What we want to do here is we actually want to do a couple things. I'm going to suggest you do extract once on materials, right? So you've done your pass in Blender. Now we get a nice material here that has all of our settings. For whatever reason, Blender always has calling disable, but really we want to call back, or we want to, revert this to the default. That'll be a little bit more efficient when we make this material. But all the other stuff comes in nicely, albedo, etc. And then the final thing you might want to do is actually extract the mesh save path. So we click set mesh save path, select current, set paths, re-import. And in Bushcraft Survival, every model is done this way. And you can see, you get a little bit of duplication of names, chest_chest low poly. But where that's coming from is actually the GLTF file name and then the mesh name. Okay, so that's where that comes from. So now what we can do is there's a couple options. You can still drag this into a scene and it'll give you a mesh instance 3D. Right? But now everything is linked. If you want to update this model, you can re-import it and you don't have to mess with your inherited scenes and make local and all that kind of stuff that is, I would say, a little less than ideal. A lot of people definitely struggle with that in Godot. So for instance, let's say, I don't know, we did something wacky like this. F3, export, enter, come back to Godot, and then you see that there right away. So this is a very fast workflow. A lot of people do this. Of course, I have a pipeline that I sell as well, so there's different ways of doing this, but that's kind of a quick how-to.